Morning, everybody. No, I haven't posted anything in a long time. Work's crazy. Uh, hadn't really touched any of the other boat projects, piddling here and there. Um, Bertram's still sitting off the trailer, waiting for some paint and sanding. But I've been working like 90 hours a week at work and running dual lanes like crazy, and I've had very little time. As you can see right here, picked up this project from a park in Berkeley County. It is Cypress Gardens park. They got birds and reptiles, and they got a little swamp course that they rent these little paddle boats out and let you take a little course around the swamp. Picked up that job and I had to take it. These are small little boats. This one here is like 14 foot. It was a completely wood boat that had been fiberglassed over, plywooded over, fiberglassed over, bondoed, spray foamed. All the wood was rotten. Luckily, the first time they glassed it, the outside shell, the glass was decent. So what I wound up doing is tearing all the rotten wood out to the fiberglass shell. Put new rubber rails, redid the bow stem, redid the stern. I'll get some pictures of the inside. Today is fiberglass day. My daughter's been on me saying, "Hey, you actually recording anything?" I said, "Well, it's an afterthought when you work 13 fucking hours at work and then run out here to do some sanding and building the boat. It's an afterthought to grab the camera, and I apologize. I know I've got a few subscribers, so I'm not no big YouTuber or anything, but figured I'd try to film some stuff today. What I'm doing this morning is these put on are just wood rub rails, no special wood, nothing like that. It's just regular pine that's not treated or anything, but it's got squared edges, and I'm fiberglassing over top of it to seal it in. So I need to round everything off because fiberglass doesn't like to make 90-degree bends. This boat is not fancy. This is not going to be a showpiece. I am actually doing my very best to try to keep it fairly rustic because they have like 8 of these boats and they are very, very, very rustic. I mean, they were painted with latex paint and Bondo. I mean, they were nothing fancy. So if I bring in a complete finished, shiny, smooth, sports car looking boat, it's not going to match their fleet. They are wanting 10 of these boats to be built eventually, and initially said, "Hey, let me build you a mold, and I'll pump these out in fiberglass, and you're going to save money, and it's going to be something that has very little maintenance." They didn't like the idea because of their tradition of wood boats. Cypress Gardens has been in business for 30 years, 40 years. I don't know. I haven't really looked into it, but they've been in business for a very long time. It is a very, very beautiful park. They have like 6,000 visitors every weekend. I don't know what kind of business they do during the week, but every time I'm there talking to these guys and picking up boats, the parking lot's full. I think I have 5 of these to do in different sizes and shape, but all basically the same thing. This is my first one. I picked it up 2 weeks ago, and obviously I'm a couple hours in the evening here and a couple hours there. But today is fiberglass on the outside. I'm going to fiberglass the outside to 1708. Then I will flip the boat and fiberglass the inside with 1708, completely encapsulating the old laminate and strengthening the boat. Y'all know 1708 epoxy is very strong and rigid. I will then put some ribs in the boat down the sides. I've already laid a new keel in where the depression where the keel was. I did the trim on the inside. Everything's just waiting for fiberglass. I've had a few little health issues. Spent all day in the hospital yesterday. But let me show you a little bit of what's going on. As you can see, in the corners, some of the laminate's thin and has ground through. So I don't know if y'all have ever seen me do it before, but you can see that's aluminum tape. Back the inside with aluminum tape just to keep the shape. Aluminum tape peels off very easy once you fiberglass. Hatch process, they've put skill saw blades through the bottom of the boat. I guess they didn't even know it. But yep. Now I just picked up this cheap Harbor Freight router, and when I get a new variable speed tool or any kind of electric tool with brushes, brushless obviously is a different animal. I like to just turn them on, no load, let them run at low speed for 10-15 minutes. Then I'll crank it up about mid speed, let it run for 10 or 15 minutes, then crank it up to high speed and let it run, just seating the brushes in without a load. Then I'll shut it off and let it cool down, and then I'll start routing these edges. I am going to put a 1/4 inch round chafer on the corners of the wood. Still have to put the little piece at the end of the bow. As I put the new bow stem in, I want to fiberglass all that, then put the cap on in that spot. The rest of it's just going to get wrapped in glass. I'll do the outside of the rub rail, then go in and do the inside, and then I'll take a piece of 3-inch tape and trim it out again. Pretty straightforward project. I'll try to film as much as I can. I get carried away when I'm working and forget to grab the camera, so we'll see how this video goes. But again, I apologize on not filming much here lately, but this has been a pretty cool little project, quick going project. I am hoping to be done with it by end of next week. I still have to order the exterior paint. I'm not exactly sure what I'm going with, but it won't be super fancy or super shiny. I am not going to do a lot of fairing to this boat, trying to keep a rough look, because my biggest concern is bringing in something that looks too nice. I know that's a weird concern, but I'll be honest, I'll be surprised. After looking at how rotten this boat was and in bad a shape it is and what I've seen there, I don't really know how they rent these boats out with safety regulations. But my goal is to put in or get a good product to them, get these boats back so they can add some boats to the fleet. When I went and looked at the job, they had 8 boats in the river, and there was a line of 30 people waiting to rent a boat, and it's a 30-minute course to paddle through the swamp. They do guided, where they send one of their people with you, and you go around the course, or you can rent a solo and paddle it yourself with your couple or your family or whatever. Pretty cool place. I'll try to get some video over there. I don't want to step out of bounds any. This is for the government. This is Berkeley County, South Carolina, that I'm doing the job for. I usually do not do customer work at all, and most of y'all know that because of time frame and My schedule is crazy. Obviously, I don't think I've posted a video in over a year. Um, my time is not great right now. Hopefully, that will be changing in the near future. I'm looking at doing some things differently, uh, especially if I can keep this deal going with Berkeley County. I also would like to build the 10 boats that they want. Right now, that's not a deal yet. And then I want to see about like a maintenance contract, so their guys aren't touching these boats. Literally, this thing had a layer of fiberglass on it, the layer that you see. They put paint on top of it, then they wound up fiberglassing over top of all of that, so now it's fiberglass over what I think was latex paint. I don't know how it even works, but it worked, but I had to grind all that off. Bondo, and y'all know Bondo in a wet environment on fiberglass doesn't mix. Spray foam, this thing's been a mess. I am basically building them a completely brand new boat without having to worry about the shape. I am kind of contemplating, once I get this layer of glass on and get the outside done, waxing her down and making a mold out of it. So then I have another shell sitting here, ready to go, where I can build them a boat from scratch, basically. I have not decided on that. My time's getting a little short. I told them originally 3 or 4 weeks, and then with the boat being completely rotted, I told them it might be another week. So right now I'm sitting at 2 solid weeks in this boat, and I want to get this one back to them as quickly as possible. The next one may get a little delayed, and me take my time a little bit on it. I'm gonna have to rework the quote because I've got a lot of man hours in this thing, basically sanding. When you're sanding, I would say almost 8 mils of material, 8 to 10 mils of material off the bottom of the boat. It's a lot of work. But anyway, I'm also quit jabbing. Look, yeah, I don't know if y'all have seen the new wagon, and I bought this trailer for the company, Low Country Custom Boat Works. Trying to get the first official customer job done, and then I will get back to all of this mess. Oh, and I've got another little project that I picked up a couple of weeks ago. I did just kind of pick it up for title and hull number, but now I think I'm going to wind up fixing it. This is a 16-foot Malibu. Fairly simple boat. She is actually very wide for a 16-foot boat. It needs a deck put in it, and I'm thinking that'll be a special project. But as y'all know, I got lots of special projects. I just got to get more time to be able to do that. But that little boat, I'm wanting to raise the deck and make it a flats boat. Marker there. Anybody wants her, message me. She is for sale. Brand new Suzuki on the back of it. Got like 55 or 60 hours on it. The only thing needs to be done to the boat is the knee rails on the inside, the padded rails, need to be replaced, and I'm planning to do that. As soon as I get done with this boat, I'm going to pull them off and send them to the upholstery shop. But that Parker, you know, is my baby. She is a 2001 2510 with a Suzuki 300 on the back. It is a 2020 Suzuki 300, so it still's got like, what, 4 years of warranty on it. Boat's perfect, nothing wrong with it. Deck pump, Simrad electronics, satellite radio, I regularly take that boat 80 miles offshore when I have free time. She is a Mod V, which I know a lot of people don't like the Mod V, but I do a lot in the creek, and I back the boat up to the sandbars, and I didn't really want a big deep boat, but now I'm going another route. I'm going to build that 16 footer for small boats. The Aquasport will be my big boat. This Bertram, as soon as I get it a little bit further, it's for sale. Brand new motors, brand new shafts, brand new wheels. Everything on that boat's brand new, basically, except the hull and the paint, and that's fixing to change here soon too. But anyway, I'll get off here and try to take some more video, see if I can find my GoPro. Maybe I can stitch these together, but everybody's asleep in the house, so I didn't want to be digging around trying to find the GoPro. Alright, well, I'll let you again in a bit. Alright, as you can see, it is glassed. Tried to record with the GoPro. GoPro fucked up. So, didn't get to watch the process any. But I did a layer on top, then did 2 on the sides. I just glassed to the rub rail. I still got the back to glass and the front to glass, you know, the bow, just wrap that bow stem. I'll use some of that 3-inch 1708 tape. But right now everything's got a cure, and do a little sanding on the back to clean up the edges from the other glass, and sanding on the front to clean up the edges from the glass, and then I'll do a real neat cap on the front, flip the boat, and then I'm going to do a layer of glass, at least on the bottom. I don't know that I'm going to do the sides on the inside, but I want to get the keel covered up. I am using Durabac marine coating for the inside, non-skid, and the sides a smooth finish. I've used it in the past. It is some really good stuff. It's going to be a light gray, and it's like a bed liner almost, but it's not rubber. It's a polyurethane coat. So it'll be pretty stout and sealing on the inside, plus it'll be the non-skid on the floor for clients not to slip when they get in the boat. Outside, I'm probably just going to use Wet Edge from Total Boat and do a white on the sides and gray on the rub rail. I actually will probably just use the Durabac for the rub rail. That way it's a little rubber coating or plastic coating there to help protect, you know, rubbing on the dock. These boats stay in the water. They don't get pulled out very often. It is fresh water though, so I don't have to protect from barnacles or anything. But yeah, sorry. Got to get me a different camera for recording other than my phone. But she looks good. So now I get to clean up and prepare for the week. And that's about it. I will try to make another video on the inside and figure out what's going on with this GoPro. Battery just died like instantly. I might have a bad battery. but I should be able to put something together with this phone. It actually takes pretty good video, just as not as easy to position and hold. GoPro, I got tripods and stuff for it. But yeah, I'll try to start posting a little more regularly. I got this one. As soon as I drop it off, I bring home another one. The next one's going to be a good bit bigger. This one's a 14 footer. I think the next ones are going to be 18 or 20. Hoping that I don't have to do it to the extent that I've done this one, but we will see. All right, I'm gonna get to cleaning up and call it a day. Y'all have a good one, good weekend, good week. God bless, and everybody do good. All right, bye bye.